ABC Action News starts with breaking news.
To what you did to our son, to our Anthony, is going to turn back on you 3 times worse.
The family of a young man murdered in cold blood with a message for the person who's killed 3 people in Seminole Heights. The reward for information to find that killer, now up to $25,000. These are the faces of the 3 innocent victims right there, killed at random. I'm Jamison Euler.
And I'm Laura Harrison for Wendy Ryan tonight. The FBI tonight saying it is standing by, ready to help in this investigation.
Yeah, this after Tampa police say 3 homicides happening within blocks of each other over a span of 10 days are likely the work of the same person. The latest shooting happening last night we brought to you as breaking news at 11. We now know the victim of last night's shooting, 20-year-old Anthony Noboa. He had autism and caught the wrong bus last night. He was killed trying to get to the correct bus stop to get home. Noboa was killed in front of the home of the first victim, 22-year-old Benjamin Mitchell. Mitchell's body was found shot to death less than a block from home. 32-year-old Monica Hoffa was killed 2 days later on October 11th while walking home from work. Her body was found 2 days later. Police believe all 3 were victims of opportunity and likely did not know the killer.
Now, I want you to take a good look at some video we've got for you here. It is pretty blurry. We do understand that, but Tampa police want you to look closely at that video. We'll take it full here. Maybe you recognize a mannerism or how this person is walking or anything that can help them find who this person is. Surveillance cameras caught the person on October 9th around 9 o'clock walking near where the first victim, Benjamin Mitchell, was killed on North 15th Street and East Fearson. ABC Action News reporter Julie Solomon starting our team coverage tonight with neighbors who say they will not be terrorized in their own homes. Julie?
Those neighbors were out here earlier tonight walking the neighborhood saying they will not be afraid. Besides me is one of the memorials for one of those victims. There's also 2 other memorials now in this neighborhood.
To the streets, our streets.
Mercier Monroe chanted loud. The message, a killer won't make a neighborhood live in fear. She's called this place home for nearly 20 years.
And as they say, the Heights are united and that we're not going to be divided and nobody's going to take control from us.
No more!
Neighbors got together tonight and marched for blocks in Seminole Heights where 3 people were murdered. The terrifying part, no known motive, and police believe the killings are connected.
Everyone's starting to not want to walk their dogs at night and have their children inside, and so now we're all coming together as a community trying to figure this out.
Neighbors told me they've always felt safe, never dealt with much crime, and they won't tolerate it now.
And of course last night was a real shock for us, and that's when we decided it's time to kind of mobilize and we need to kind of take the night back here in the neighborhood.
And tonight, police were handing out light bulbs like this one, encouraging everyone to leave their porch lights on tonight. Police are canvassing the area, devoting every resource to catching this killer. My colleague Ryan Smith joins us now live. And Ryan, police are canvassing the area, trying to protect these neighbors on edge.
Despite a heavy police presence right here last night, police say the shooter escaped without a trace. And as tonight you see right here, that victim's memorial continues to grow. Officers saturating Seminole Heights after dark. Tonight's patrol carries a weight never felt before.
We deal with violence every night, but this is different, so it's different.
14-year veteran officer Nathan Jamison.
Most of what's happened has occurred on the 15th Street corridor.
Can't recall another area ever experiencing a string of such senseless killings.
No regard for human life and doesn't care about what he's doing out here.
Seminole Heights reeling from 3 homicides within 10 blocks in as many days, all victims likely shot at random.
You got to be cautious. You got to be aware of your surroundings. I wouldn't be venturing out by yourself.
Tonight, the family of Anthony Noboa desperately asking for the public's help.
As a community, if someone knows something, step up. Please step up. Say something.
Police frustrated, neighbors frightened.
Having good people live out here, they should be able to walk around at night not worrying about some whack job.
Officers are blanketing the historic neighborhood, keeping watch and reaching out.
It's very important because they need to know that we're out here doing whatever we can to make the rest of them safe at night.
To uncover any information that may catch this killer. And we also learned tonight Tampa Mayor Bob Buckhorn joining police officers in their nighttime patrols right here in this neighborhood. Reporting live tonight in Tampa, Ryan Smith, ABC Action News.
Ryan, thank you. And today I spoke with a professor of criminology at USF who used to work with the FBI. She says the type of person police are looking for could definitely be someone who is familiar with the area or even be right next door.
These feel very opportunistic in the sense that the victims aren't pre-planned out. There's no surveillance. It doesn't seem that they are pre-selected, stalked, and preyed upon.
Now, she also says in her experience, she thinks the killer is a man, 21 to 35 years in age, and clearly bold and willing to take chances. We have full coverage of the latest on the developing story, including an interactive map showing the locations where these victims have been found. All of that can be found on our website at abcactionnews.com and our ABC Action News app.
Please take a look at your screen here. Pasco deputies need your help identifying this woman. They found her today lying face down in the intersection of Medley and Alexon Streets in Spring Hill. That woman doesn't remember her name or any other personal details. If you recognize her, please call the Pasco County Sheriff's Office.
Good evening, everybody. Another very warm day across the area. We didn't break records, but we got pretty darn close. Temperatures now mid to upper 70s after highs today in the upper 80s. First thing tomorrow morning, skies will be mostly clear. You'll be waking up to temperatures in the low to mid 70s. A little more humidity returns later on in the day as well. But skies will be clear for the time being. But not only are we tracking rain, but we're tracking the strongest front in about 6 months when it arrives and how low the temperatures go coming up in a couple of minutes.
All right, thank you, Dennis. A Seminole County teacher just bonding out of jail. Deputies say 30-year-old Jacqueline Truman had sex with a 15-year-old girl in her classroom. Detectives say that affair lasted for 2 months last year. The school district says Truman passed a background check and had a clean work history.
Well, caught on camera and going viral, take a look at this doctor in Jacksonville ready to treat a young patient that is until he sees, well, she's a little bit worried. So what does he do? Put on some music. Start dancing. Check out that video there. Everybody finally calms down after they get a couple dance moves in. And if you have seen this in your Facebook feed lately, it's because it's getting a lot of attention. So far, the video has 10 million views. Well, still ahead, a young boy booted from his Cub Scout pack for asking a lawmaker some tough questions.
The restaurant is relatively new, but the person behind it has a long history we've told you about before. Find out why his latest partner is calling him a barbecue bandit coming up.